guys. How are we doing?
You alright?
Good, you? It's a great idea. It has been 2 years.
Ali, another record with the unbeaten run. How far and how long do you keep this going?
Well, obviously time will tell, but we've been really pleased and delighted with the amount of victories that the team have strung together. And I've said before, they deserve all the credit going, because we don't have to look too far to see, coming at some of the cup competitions, as I say, the teams from the lower leagues are more than capable one-off games of beating the bigger boys, if you like. So there's been a tremendous level of consistency winning all those games. But the next one's obviously the most difficult, and we certainly wouldn't look any further forward than Ayr United tomorrow.
When you look at on the evidence, though, it would take something catastrophic for Rangers: one, not to win the league, but two, because you're going so well, could you go the whole season unbeaten?
No, I genuinely, as you'd expect me to say, no, I don't think that'll be the case. I think there's always, every game is a potential for a hiccup from our point of view. And as I keep pointing out to everybody, away games in particular are extremely difficult. Anything can happen at home as well, also. But I think our 2 away games this year at Forfar, League Cup, they beat us. The league game we won 1-0 up there. It was incredibly tight. We were 3-1 down away to Brechin at half time. Managed to come back and win that one 4-3. So on the evidence of most of the games, but particularly the away games, I genuinely don't think it will happen. Obviously we'd be delighted if it did, but I don't think it will happen.
When you look in the dressing room, though, now that the boys have got something to hold on to and they can see records there to be broken, is that maybe a good thing? That could help?
Well, it's a great thing. Yeah, it's a great thing, because as I say, winning's a fantastic habit to get into. And I've said beforehand, I think it's safe to say that the majority of boys, vast majority of the boys are relatively new to the club, and they haven't experienced the winning mentality that is certainly required at our football club, and which is, I think, totally different to a lot of football clubs, if not the vast majority of football clubs again.
Ayr United this weekend. Mark Roberts, did you play with him?
I played with Mark at Kilmarnock, yes, and obviously Andy Mullen and Alan Cairn, boys are down there, so we're looking forward to seeing him. Marco was a good player and a good finisher, and I think probably the two of us down at Kilmarnock got on really well with him, but I would imagine there'll be one or two of the Kilmarnock players a little bit surprised that both of us have went into management, to be quite honest with you. But no, he's doing really well. We had a really tough game down there in the league, which we managed to score 2 great goals in the second half, which saw us through. But it'll be another tough game tomorrow. They've had a couple of really tough games recently against Dunfermline, which we've watched, so it'll be difficult again.
They were disappointed that they obviously missed out on getting the cup game against you as well.
Yeah, I spoke to Mark in the day after the cup game, and he was disappointed. He was very honest and said he didn't think his team played particularly well that night, but obviously there was an overriding feeling of disappointment. As you can see, that obviously the Dunfermline players are already looking forward to that cup tie, which is some way off, but that disappointment, the opposite effect for the Ayr United lads.
Can I just ask you about referees? I know there's
Sure.
a debate this week about if they get enough protection. Some have called for them to come out and speak after games about decisions if they want the protection in return. Is that something you would agree with?
Oh, I think they should have protection, whether they come out and say anything after games or not. I think referees should be absolutely guaranteed protection, to be honest with you. I think the referees, it's pretty topical at the moment. I think the referees do a fantastic job under increasingly difficult circumstances. And I certainly would not start publicly criticising referees, no way.
But do you understand perhaps their frustration? They were hoping for it with the Nadi Shifshi case.
Yeah.
They were hoping for a longer ban for him. Do you understand their frustration?
Absolutely, I can totally understand their frustration, yeah. And they're well within their rights to argue their case, which I don't have any doubts they will do. But I mean, they should be protected, particularly on a football park. But as I say, in modern times with modern technology, refereeing and being a linesman, refuse to say assistant referee, being a linesman is increasingly difficult, absolutely increasingly difficult. The speed of the game, technology, television cameras, and as I say, I think they do a very, very good job under increasingly difficult circumstances.
Do you feel they want it both ways though, that they want protection but they're not willing to come out and justify some of the decisions?
No, I don't think they want it both ways. Obviously, in an ideal world, we would like to hear from referees and understand why they made a decision. As I say, but the referees will make mistakes, and just like the rest of us, players make mistakes, managers make more mistakes than most. So I can understand it would be nice, but to hear possibly why they made a mistake. The same way we probably have to make explanations for our mistakes too. But as I say, no, I've got the greatest of sympathies with referees.
How much will you be looking to add to your squad next month?
I haven't had a good chance to sit down and discuss it yet, but I would have to say we're really pleased the way things are going at the moment. It's our job to always at this particular time in the club's history to look forward, continue to look forward and plan for the future, and we'll do that, and we'll continue to do that. So we'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks or so.
Have you received any assurances that you don't have to sell anybody should offer come in for one year?
No, I haven't received any assurances like that at all, but to be fair, I haven't been looking for them. That, as I say, if and when something like that happens, I'll no doubt we'll be talking.
Ali, outside today there's maybe about 10 fans protesting the Sons of Struth. What benefit do you think that has coming to the club's training ground, and does it have any adverse effect on your team?
It certainly doesn't have any adverse effect on myself or the team. Again, it's just some supporters exercising their right to vent their feelings and issue their opinions on things, which again I don't have a problem with, and as long as it doesn't affect the team, which is obviously my main source of concentration and thoughts, then that's fine with me.
Should they be taking it to Argyle House at Ibrox though?
I wouldn't comment on that. I really wouldn't comment. I don't know where they would want to take it. They saw it fit to come here. That's fine. That's up to them.
Would you speak to them when you leave today?
If they wanted to talk, of course I'd talk. Yeah, talk to most folk. So I don't see why I should start ignoring people.
If they get to the stage now, Ali, that this is so frustrating, we're talking about it every week, is it a case of get to this AGM and get it sorted?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're all absolutely singing from the same hymn sheet in the respect that we just want to move forward. There seems to be a general consensus that after the AGM that would hopefully be the case, that we can all certainly will have a result one way or another hopefully after the AGM, and then we can do what everybody seemingly wants to do and they're saying they want to do, and that is get behind the team and the club and push forward and continue to look forward, because there are obviously hiccups with these things, but as I say, the most important thing, all I'm concentrating on and all I can concentrate on rather is like the rest of the staff, playing staff and coaches, is that as a team and the team's level of performance. And to be fair, if we can get a reasonably good job done there, then certainly the fans would hopefully be happy with that.
4 goals for Nicky Clark the other day. Do you feel he's now starting to fulfil his potential?
Yeah, I've never been overly worried about Nicky, because as I said, a fantastic goal scoring record in the division last year with Queen of the South. We always felt that he would score goals. If we remember, I remember in the conversation with you guys when Big John didn't score immediately, all of a sudden he scored in 7 or 8 games. Nicky scored 4, and we've always felt that the two lads, particularly different types of centre forward, but if we get them service, they will score goals. I don't have any doubt. Nicky's a great lad, as is Big John. The two of them work really hard in their training, and I would fully expect him to kick on and continue to score goals.
Is that an extra boost given the fact you're Andy Little's injury?
Absolutely. Andy, as you know, got a really sore one in the game, and it's going to be out again for the foreseeable future. We only have sort of 2, what I would call recognised goal scoring centre forwards, and to have them both scoring is very pleasing.
I noticed Mark Roberts is saying through the week he thinks he's got the best striker in the division. Do you think Nicky or John would have something to say about that?
I would hope so. I think he's certainly got one of the best strikers in the division. I don't think there's any doubt about But I'm not going to get involved in any arguments to who the best is, but he's certainly got a point. He's certainly got one of the best. Squad looking fine, with a good training session. We didn't do an awful lot Wednesday and Thursday after the game Tuesday. Good training session today, and the boys look as though they're really raring to go. Templeton had a little bit of a David Aweed strain when he came in on Wednesday, because we had a plan to play him on Wednesday in the reserve game. Couldn't do that, but it's eased off a little bit, and he trained fine this morning.
Is there any sort of time scale on Ross Perry and Chris Head up? Is that still looking like it's going to be a bit?
It looks as though it's going to be a bit of time, sadly, and the medical staff are obviously, quite loath to put any specific time. I can totally understand that. We're certainly not putting any pressure on them time-wise, because they've really serious injuries, and they're back in training and hopefully can progress.
How much are you looking forward to facing Dunfermline again in the cup?
Yeah, that should be a good tie. Obviously, the game they're on down Ayr United, and Kenny was at the game on Wednesday night there, and he thought probably Dunfermline just about shaded it. They gave us a really tough game at Ibrox, and I don't see any reason why the cup game will be anything other than, it won't be different at all, because they worked really hard, and we're in the game for a long period of the game. So it's a cup tie we'll look forward to, but it's a good way off yet. Thanks very much, guys. Thank you.